New Delhi is hosting United Nations Security Council's meeting on counter-terrorism. This special meeting has a lot of significance while being hosted in India. We are joined by Secretary Sanjay Verma, and he's going to tell us the significance of this meeting happening outside from New York to Delhi. How much of leverage India can have while driving its point regarding being victim of terrorism and international terrorism, sir?
Well, let me begin by saying that this is the first ever UN Security Council meeting in India. Secondly, the subject matter is counter-terrorism. The meeting began in Mumbai because we wanted to bring home the point again about the human cost of terrorist activities, and we sort of brought to the world's attention what happened in Mumbai to our beloved city in what is called 26/11, where 166 people lost their lives, including foreign nationals from 23 other countries. I may also mention here that out of the 5 permanent members of the Security Council, 4 of them lost lives in Mumbai. So this was again to connect reality of felt emotions to the narratives which takes place in international platforms. Counter-terrorism has been our focus in our 2-year tenure in the UN Security Council. We've had several events devoted to counter-terrorism, and this gathering here today in Delhi again testifies to that prominence we decided to give, something which affects us on a daily basis.
In Bombay, while the meeting was on, one of the presentations that described and highlighted the perpetrators of 26/11 attack are still at large, even after 14 years of that phenomena. Also, there has been some issues at United Nations Security Council. While there is always an individual or a terrorist who is blamed for that incident, is being tried to be listed. How is India going to deal with that? How is India going to build a consensus around those individuals being listed?
Well, the listing process should be an objective process. It unfortunately isn't. It is politicized, and people use the lens of geopolitics or alliances or whatever relationship one has with countries to override the facts of the case. It is also affected by the fact that some countries which keep talking about being victims of terrorism are actually victims of homegrown terrorism. They are victims of misfiring, actually, of shooting oneself in the foot. Or you may have countries which have never experienced terrorism or terrorist activities, so they have little idea of what it means. So between these two narratives, you will get a situation where objective processes are skewed to some agenda which restricts itself to particular countries. It is unfortunate that the perpetrators of the Mumbai terror attacks are still free. The closest we've come to so far is thanks to the FATF process, where 2 of those individuals were recognized to exist after for a moment saying that one of them had died, and then he was resurrected. But the fact is FATF was able to do that. So it's a slow, painful process because consensus evades counter-terrorism in terms of the way the world deals with it. We would ideally like to have a global comprehensive convention on international terrorism, but till that happens, we will continue to work through processes like FATF, the UN Security Council, or No Money for Terror, the 3rd ministerial meeting of which will be held in this very city in November next month. So that is again a part of our process of consolidating, of aggregating global efforts to eliminate terrorism.
Now, Pakistan has been out from the grey list of FATF. This was not exactly stopping Pakistan from doing what it does, but it was quite a curb that was put on Pakistan. How do you see? Because earlier, External Affairs Minister has also highlighted the fact that drones are now being used to traffic arms and drugs. High technology and artificial intelligence are also being used by terrorist outfits. So, how do you think Pakistan being out from the grey list is going to impact India's effort in countering terrorism in its bordering areas?
Well, I hope this doesn't give a pass to any country. We will keep watching this space. Having said that, we are victims even as we speak of modern technology being used across the border, whether it's drones or new financial platforms to finance those activities. So whether a country is in the FATF scrutiny or not, it is a periodic scrutiny. So it is not that once you clear the FATF exam, you sort of have a degree for life. No, it doesn't work that way. So we believe that because this process was initiated, there will be some sort of scrutiny continuing at some level or the other, and that is fair. That is fair because you don't clean up your house only for one particular test, because it involves credibility as an international player, as a member of the International Committee of Nations.